That's
that's
right.
Jorgie over here. I love it, though.
Yes.
That's why she's here. All right, so welcome back for another show, another 30 minutes of fun, inspirational insight. Now, some of you that watched the last show, I know you got nervous. You thought you weren't going to see Rochester anymore, but Rochester J is right here.
Right here.
He hasn't, he hasn't gone. I love it. He's just so cool, calm, and collected. He hasn't gone anywhere, and I promise you, I told you we had some tricks up our sleeve.
Yes.
Jorgie is back with
Hello.
us over here.
Jorgie!
Yes, glad
And
to
then
be
we
here.
got a new feature. We got a new feature. I'm going to be introducing you to Mr. J. Super
J.
down the
Super.
road over here. So I'm going to tell you why he's on the set. It's going to help you business people.
Yes.
So anybody out there owning your own business, you got to stay tuned.
Absolutely.
We got some great info for you. So welcome again to 30 minutes of fun, inspiration, and insight. This is the opportunity for you to make sure you share. Let your other friends and family members know about the show. It's video on demand, so they can click and watch whenever they want to. Everybody should start learning. You go to Dr. D Greater Day Cafe. That's DRD Greater Day Cafe. We have all of our past radio shows there. We've got our first video on demand show, our second one, and this is our third one, y'all. We're climbing up the charts.
yes,
We are climbing. And so this month, or for this show, I should say, as we promote the show and so forth and get the word out there, we really want to increase the viewership. We increase the viewership. That's more people being inspired. That's less people getting on your nerves, okay? So that's why that should matter. It is also going to help us do some other things for the good of the people.
Right.
And so, anyways, make sure you share. Make sure you share the show. Share the link. Put it on your Facebook page or wherever you want to put it. Share it. And so we just really love the opportunity that we have to come to you and bring you positive, good stuff.
Yes.
And so I'm absolutely enjoying it. So, anyways, that being said, let me set you up for today. So again, the last show featured our cafe segment. This show, I'm going to feature the crew. And so the crew includes the people that I mentioned before. And it's going to start off with my main co-host over here, Rochester J.
Hey.
Man, you giving us a new look and I love it. I know,
appreciate it.
so you can't put us in a box, right?
Right.
So I did some stuff different,
Right,
okay? So
right,
can't
right.
put us in a box, but I
Right,
love it.
right.
People have been enjoying it. I keep
Yeah.
saying it, but it's true. I wouldn't
real.
tell you that just to tell you.
Absolutely.
Listen, if you guys weren't enjoying something good would be something different. It wouldn't be here. And
Right.
so you've set something in motion here because you come and you just kind of speak from the heart.
Sure.
You know, and I mean, I'm hesitant to say that you're just speaking to men. I think you're speaking to everybody. I mean, because when we invited you on the show, we didn't say speak to men. We just said speak
Right.
your heart
Right.
and give us something good. And that's
Sure.
what you've been doing.
Sure.
And so it's your time
Well, I
to tell me
appreciate
something
it.
good.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. D, to the
Yes.
rest of the co-hosts, Jorgie Franks,
Yes.
Jay
Yes.
Super. Welcome, sir. Can't wait to hear from you, sir.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, indeed. And so, you know, I think it's critical, Dr. D, not just the men, but women as well as boys and girls. I think it's very, very, very important that we enter into a season of personal development. And that's the reason.
I always perk up when you get it. I'm like,
You know, it's critical now, especially as we're exiting out of the summer, going into the fall, you know, because
Yes.
seasons come and seasons go.
Yes.
But as every season comes and goes in life, I think it's very important that you be ready. And how do you be ready? Through personal development. Why? Because that's change, right? And so I began to enter into personal development because, you know, now I see my life is starting to change. You know, I start to see the circumstances that are surrounding my life are changing. And if I was not in the process of personally developing myself, you know, I would get stuck in yesterday's successes, yesterday's
Wow.
hopes, yesterday's
Yes.
dreams, and I did, you know.
And we all do
You know,
from time to
it's
time.
very easy to do so, where you just plant yourself and you're like, man, I wish I could go back in the time and do that all over again. But you know what? Now it's time to move forward and
Yes.
do it again,
Yes.
but in a different way. And so I must admit, I didn't even understand what personal development was all about
because
until.
it's something we just kind of throw around. Everybody
Right,
says personal
right,
development.
right.
I have it on my webpage.
Sure.
Personal development.
Sure. And I didn't know what it was all about until 2010 when I started a home-based business. And I attended my first seminar in 2010 of personal development. You know, I was eager to achieve career success, relationship success, professional growth, but I neglected a lot of things such as, you know, your physical health, social relationships.
You are being so real right now.
Financial growth and stability and emotional growth. But, you know, unfortunately, like I said before, not everybody is aware of the importance of the, personal development. You know, either it wasn't taught or given attention in the home when you were brought up.
Sure.
It wasn't given the attention in school or work because people tend to give more attention to their academic and professional achievement rather than personal growth. All right.
Or we get stuck in survival.
Right.
Like
right.
this is a shameful, listen, I'm not even gonna say shameful, okay? It's just the truth.
Right.
Because we grew up in such a survivor culture. I love my parents in life. Everybody sees Bishop on the broadcast here. But I remember going to the dentist maybe once or twice because look, we had 6 kids in the family, and so professional development is the light bill paid, right? Personal development was did you make it to work? Did you get fired? Please don't tell me you lost your job. So yes, continue. This is
and what you're saying is true because personal development, you know, with the lack of it, has caused a lot of emotional struggles with so many people when they go through life changes because that personal development helps increase those soft skills, right?
That's right.
And so when those soft skills are increased, you know, it becomes crucial to everyone's success and happiness, all right?
Define the soft skills, because that's a term we throw around, but that's very meaningful. All the employees, that we connect with, even from the college where I am, the #1 complaint, we graduate students, we hire people, and they don't have soft skills.
You know, soft skills, you know, interacting with people on the go.
Can you say hi?
Can you say hi?
Can you say good morning?
You know, or do you just walk by people with your head down, you know, because...
In your phone.
In your phone, you know, because social media has really taken over. I never really would have thought I would know how to walk with my head down all the time until social media has now changed the culture of mankind. I've never seen people walk with their head down in a device like never before.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And hats off to those people who have changed the culture because at least they know that they're change agents. But they knew that through personal development. And so now it's important for, you know, the individual to now take responsibility of, you know, invoking that, those soft skills that we were trying to mention earlier and increasing that. And it only comes to personal development. I would say, you know, how does personal development take place? Mentors.
Good.
You know, have a latch hold to a mentor.
Hi, my mentee, Joy over there. That's my mentee, Joy. She's behind the camera. You can't see her, but 14 years old.
And she just said before we went live, she said, I'm really loving this. Personal development, you know, mentor.
Wow.
Not only that, you know, read. You know, YouTube now offers a whole lot of personal development videos.
So it's no lacking.
No
excuse.
No lack of resources. And you know what, in closing, because I know we have to move forward, you know, here's the things that personal development will do. It'll help you better understand yourself.
Yes.
You know, personal development will also assist you in creating and planning the life goals that you have. It guides you in managing and spending your time effectively. It enhances your ability to handle stress and adversity to change. It supports you in managing your finances and using them wisely. It teaches you to better understand relationship with people and to live a balanced life and provide opportunity to take care of yourself. And here's
your list could be the whole show.
Right? And here's the last and final thing. You know, it's almost like a plant. You know, if you didn't give that plant the proper water, proper sunlight, proper soil, it would not grow into the trees that we see outside.
Exactly.
That's the personal development that a human must have. Not just eating good food, going to the gym, but your mind is the CPU of the output of your life. And unless you inputting some good stuff,
your output.
Come on.
Come on now.
That being said,
output will be dysfunctional.
Dysfunction.
Oh my goodness. You know what we can have? I'm sorry, my eye is doing some stuff.
Did I bring you to tears?
I know, right? I'm getting all over personal development. I think the makeup got in my eye. I think I messed up. That's because I didn't do what Miss Q told me to do. Miss Q is our makeup sponsor, and I didn't do what she told me to do, so now I'm paying for it. But listen, this is absolutely good stuff. I'm telling you. I know I got to transition over to Jorgie, but when I said it, it's for real. The #1 thing that employers say they're missing are the soft skills. They've gotten to the point where even if you can perform the task, they'd rather hire the person who doesn't know the task but's got they know how to work with people. You know, they're not the problem person on the job, all right? They'd rather hire you and then train you for the other stuff. All because you come with personal development. High five.
High five.
You hit one.
Yes,
Thank you, Dr. D.
I love it.
Thank you very
All right,
much.
so now I got to bring you to our other crew member here.
Yes.
Jorgie.
Jorgie
So
Franks.
happy to be here with you guys today.
All right, so now Jorgie first came on as a guest of Rochester.
Yes.
All right, Rochester was doing some personal development and sending some development our way because we just so enjoyed your energy.
Yes.
So instead of just making you a second guest, you're permanent. So whenever she can be here, she'll be here.
Yes,
and so welcome, Jorgie.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to be here with you. I am the goal girl. Yes,
goal girl.
They call me the goal girl because I set goals,
right.
I achieve goals, and I help people reach their goals. Just like Rochester J said, I want to help people develop, themselves personally. And a lot of times we can share through our story how we developed, and then other people can grow from that. So as the goal girl, I want to share a story with you about myself. As the goal girl, I'm a preacher's kid.
And she's
As
saying
two
goal.
other of my, the goal girl, like setting
G-O-A-L, set your goals.
Yes, like shooting the goal. So, as a preacher's kid, I grew up sort of, as some would say, in a facade, kind of one of those people who I didn't really want to let everyone into what I was doing when no one was around. And sometimes we can fall into that when we are trying to be that perfect person, that perfect child, that perfect thing that we think everyone wants us to be. But my message today is to be real. And I learned that through growing up, getting into college, and I was, still perceived as this perfect girl. Junior year, I get pregnant with my daughter.
Being real.
Taylor. Also, what my business is called, Taylor Made Me Incorporated, after my daughter, who really made me realize a lot about life. And one is
Taylor, she's off to the side.
Yes, and she taught me to keep it real. Keep it real. Show that. You have a self-worth and you have self-esteem. And if you take responsibility, you have something to be proud of. One person told me I'd be the downfall of the church. But that is not the truth.
That's right.
The gates of hell shall not prevail against the church. That's what my father said. And I learned through that experience that if you accept responsibility for your decisions and accept responsibility for the things that you do, you can still be one of those people that people can look up to.
Love it.
And that's how I became the goal girl today. That's why people listen to me, look up to me, because I accepted responsibility. And I want to encourage our viewers. Sitting here with a great crew of people, be real. Just be yourself. You are the unique person that God put on this earth to make a difference. You have unique abilities that nobody else has.
That's right. Nobody can do what you've been created to do.
Absolutely
You are
not.
uniquely designed to do what you've been created to do.
You're exactly right. You are exactly right. And setting goals is a way that you can determine how you're going to personally develop. If you see something in you that you don't like, don't just settle. Don't make excuses. Set a goal and develop yourself. Develop yourself.
Take a class.
Take a class.
Get a mentor.
Get a mentor.
You're never too old.
No.
I just added a new mentor to my list this year.
Absolutely. I have mentors. Freddie Mitchell, the corporate diva. There's so many people. My father, Bishop Franks. And you can also do what we've talked about in some other segments, which is set a vision board.
That's right.
Set a way that you can get to the things that you want to go to. But keep it real. Don't put on a fake facade for anyone. You know how they say you look so much better when you smile?
Yes.
Sometimes you don't look better when you smile if you're hurting and you're
right.
hurting inside.
It's a fake smile. Everybody do a fake smile. See that fake smile? That does not look good. Fake smile. Fake smile. Fake smile. You gotta be real.
They say smile through your circumstance. Well, sometimes, I have to make a conscious effort to look sad because I want someone to see that I'm real and ask me, how can I help you? Let people help you.
I love it.
Let people help you and develop you and help you get to that next point, because there are so many people out here whose main nonprofit, corporation, grant, money, all that is to help you be a better person. And why aren't you taking advantage of it? Because you're smiling.
I love it.
cheesing,
Right.
putting on a facade, and not keeping it real so that you can change your game.
Okay, I got a funny story.
Yes, tell
Just
me.
because she's talking about keeping it real,
Keeping it
and she
100.
mentioned about being a pre-K. Okay, this is a moment when I should have kept it real. When I was a student at Bethune-Cookman, some friends and I, we were on tour because we were in the concert chorale. We were down in South Florida. They decided that we were all going to go over to Luke's place.
Uh-oh. What's Luke?
You remember Luke?
Luke's.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Look, you saw his face.
What is Luke?
Two Live Crew.
Correct.
Two Live Crew. Yes, Two Live Crew.
To my uncle.
Yes, Uncle Luke.
Oh.
That's right. So
Uncle
they all
Luke.
decided.
Uncle Luke.
Yes.
Uncle Luke.
So they all
All right.
decided that we're gonna
He's
go
in town
over.
today.
Well, I don't need to visit them. But anyways, they decided we were gonna go to Two Live Crew, right? Or he had a club or something. I don't know. And so the thing is, now I've never been. I don't know how to club. Okay, I don't know how to club. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I go out. I've been out 2 clubs and I've had a nice time. All right? But I'm just saying, you know, there's a protocol to some clubs. Okay, I'm not. I don't know that protocol. So mainly speaking, dress. So because all I knew was church.
Oh, Lord.
When we got ready to go to the
Don't
club,
tell me you had on church shoes.
look worse. Everybody had club clothes. I had on, you remember rayon short sets? I might be dating myself. I had on a turquoise
Look at here.
rayon short
Wow.
set with some purple flowers.
Oh,
Wait.
purple flowers?
Wait. Some white stockings and some white salmon libbies. Keep it real. Stay out of places you don't belong. That's
yes,
my point.
please.
I was somewhere that I probably didn't need to be. And it
But she
showed.
was keeping it real, though.
I was
You were
keeping it real.
because
Yeah.
that's all you do.
Right, that's what my dress was keeping it real. Them white stockings and them white salmon libbies.
You didn't have on the black and white polka dots.
Didn't have on black and white.
Black and white
polka dots.
stripes.
No. So I did my best to keep it real. Okay, I don't know where we are with our time, but I
But I
think
do
it's probably
want
ready.
to say, you know, you have been a great example of accepting responsibility. You know, a lot of times when you're in showbiz, you know, when things go wrong, it's easy to say so-and-so did this or so-and-so did that. But every single time you're going to hear Dr. D say, it was my fault, you know, I didn't do it. And sometimes we know that it's our fault.
Well, I'm just trying to own the fact that I'm the leader, and so it's my responsibility
Yes.
to make sure we're going in the right direction. All right, so listen, oh my gosh, high five.
Yes.
Woo! Keeping it real, okay? That's from the Gold Girl. So every week or every time we broadcast, all right, the Gold Girl is going to give you some ways to help make sure you're channeling your energy and getting to where you want to be. Now, our brand new segment. Oh my gosh, I have been waiting to introduce this segment for the business owners. You know, I think the stat is 50% of new businesses that start, they don't make it. They don't make it. And there's a reason. There's a strategy. It takes a certain wisdom to really facilitate business.
Yes.
I got somebody here to help you.
Yes.
The one and only, Mr. J. Suber.
Jay Super.
Thank
So,
you.
Mr.
Thank
Suber,
you.
you're going to be sharing with us every time we broadcast, as much as you can come and be in town with us.
Yes.
You're going to travel and you're going to share with us business tips. Now, I want you to go ahead because I know a part of your theme is hashtag Be the boss.
Be the
and so
boss.
you're really passionate about teaching people how to be the boss.
Absolutely. You know, being the boss, this hashtag Be the Boss concept came out of myself owning who I am. I am the boss. So my thing was to teach and encourage people to become the boss, to be the boss.
Yes.
The boss of your life, the boss of your business, the boss of the
you're
things
talking
that you need to take hold of in life. For instance, this morning I was reading in the Wall Street Journal, the government has passed down new rules to allow people who have IRAs and 401ks to be more of the boss when it comes to facilitating their retirement. They've passed rules for you to be the boss. And
As opposed to
a financial advisor dictating what you should do and shouldn't do. So now new rules have said financial advisors have to become your fiduciary as opposed to just your advisor. So this concept of being the boss is a big deal.
Yes.
It's a big deal that we must take hold of and become who we are born to be. living out our purpose by being the
Absolutely.
boss.
Love
Hashtag be the boss.
Wow, I love it. And a part of being the boss is, now you mentioned responsibility. A part of being a boss is taking responsibility.
Absolutely, absolutely. Taking responsibility for your actions. So, for instance, throughout the next several weeks, we're going to deal with these, what I call Jay Suber's top 8 flubs and faux pas. I've made a lot of mistakes over these past 25 years.
Being real.
Being real. Made a lot of mistakes, a lot of failures, but those failures have equated to my wins.
Wow.
They've equated to my
like
wins. So I'm going to discuss these failures, I'm going to discuss the wins, and I'm going to discuss the top 8 flubs
Like
and
that,
faux
right?
pas that translate to any industry, any of them. So, for instance, the number, what I call number 8, we're going to go from 8 to 1.
Oh, okay.
Do not go into business without your basic needs being in order. So, that takes you back to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right?
Yes.
Your physiological needs,
Yes.
your air, your food, your clothing, your shelter.
So if you can't buy groceries,
Why are you going into business? Exactly. Why are you going into business?
Yeah.
Right. Because then you're put in a position where you're operating your business out of desperation. It might be Monday, Friday, your car note is due, so you're going to run all these specials and you're going to try to hustle and cut corners in order to make that Friday deadline.
now you know what, that is such a major shift. Because how many people have we seen go into business and you say, now why?
Right. Exactly.
You look at them because you know them personally and you say, why? This
Exactly.
is not the time.
Right.
Exactly.
It's such a small little
critical.
statement, exactly, but it's critical.
Absolutely. And that's the thing about the hashtag Be the Boss segment. We're going to deal with business application and know-how from a very practical low level. Sure, we could take it up here and talk all of this lingo and acronyms, but no, we're going to bring it down where people can understand it. Hashtag Be the Boss.
And that's easy to understand. If you can't buy groceries,
Exactly.
do not go into business. That's not the time to go into business. You need to set some foundations up first.
That's right. That's
my
right.
goodness.
And you know, just diving into that thing a little deeper, when your basic needs aren't met, you're operating out of desperation.
Yeah.
And desperation is a breeding ground for mistakes and bad decision making.
Anger.
Anger, right. Taking on business that you know you cannot handle because you got to pay this bill. I've been there.
Telling somebody I can do
I've
it.
been there. I've been there myself. And I'm going to teach people how to navigate this industry. You know,
I
this
love
thing of what we
That
call
is
entrepreneurship.
going to be so helpful.
That's awesome.
Because even with that first one, we've seen people go into business and all of a sudden family
Yes.
is broken down. I mean, the family can't function. Or they can't function because they can't eat.
Right, exactly.
I mean, how your family gonna function?
Exactly.
You can't eat,
That's
right?
right. That's right.
You know, because certain things need to be set. And speaking, because I know. Look, I try to design the show so that we talk to everybody. I don't
Right.
care if I don't care about your zip code, your skin. I know we all look alike, but
Yes.
we got friends we bring in here to let y'all know we all together on this thing,
right.
okay? So regardless of your skin tone, your zip code, your faith, what religion you are, we're bringing you information to help you be greater.
And we're
all
not
right?
just talking.
And we're not just talking.
We're not just running our mouths.
Exactly.
No.
We're
Not at all.
helping people.
Yes, absolutely. And this is stuff, and the thing is, we're being transparent.
Transparent.
We're bringing in stuff that we've learned, that we've, been having to put into practice.
Absolutely.
And one of the things I was getting ready to say, even though we're wanting to speak to all different segments of the population, our background is church,
Yes.
okay? And so, we make no apologies about that.
None whatsoever.
But speaking of that, but speaking of that, how many even families, pastors, have we seen people go into pastorship
Yes.
and they've not taken care of the foundation? They've not taken care of home. So we're going to help all the leaders,
Yes.
whether you are faith-based
Absolutely.
leader, secular leader,
yes.
educational leader, business leader, doesn't matter. Be the boss.
I'm
Hashtag be
looking
the boss.
forward to the next segment when
I
I
know, right?
those other principles.
I know.
Yeah, you can't hear
I
him
feel
now.
like
Right?
I'm getting teased
See,
right now.
exactly. That's the business part of him, right?
right.
He's gonna tease us, make us wait. We got 7
That's
shows.
messed up.
Yes.
We got 7
Absolutely.
shows. We got 7 shows to
Absolutely.
wait to hear for the next one. All right, so listen, y'all.
job, security.
We are bringing good job for the first Be the Boss segment.
Yes,
High
phenomenal.
five right over the table
Yes.
right there. I
Can't
love
wait.
it. Y'all, I got a good crew.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that they'll work with me as long as possible.
you.
But listen, their talents and their gifts are so great that you better soak it up while you can, because they may be doing some different things and they might not always be here. I'm humble enough as a leader to know that and to recognize that. So for as long as we have them, soak it up and get all you can. All right. So I've got to bring this show to a close. Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
But I know, but don't worry. This is not going to be the last. So we've got a few minutes here to highlight some things for you. So if you've been enjoying something good, just stay with us, because you're going to get more of that.
Yes.
Gold Girl. You're going to get some more of that, where we're really going to help you with some. And I know the theme is consistent. In a nutshell, we're all talking about the same thing, but we've got different ways of approaching it, which is good, because we're so diverse in the way we think, our circumstances, and one person can say things in a way that another person can't. What Jay Suber just said makes sense, but I just never phrased it that way. Gold girl, you gold girl. I mean, how poetic is that, right? I understand what she's saying, but the way she said it, it resonates. And so we're trying to bring you different topics, different approaches, all designed to help you be greater. So as we get ready to bring the show to a close, want to remind you, if you want more of this, if you want to hear me some more, I do a positive living teaching every month. It's once a month, every first Monday, except for holidays, so make sure you check the calendar. But every first month, I do a positive living teacher as the host of Greater Love Center. We're out in Land O' Lakes, Florida, so those of you that are not in the Bay Area, no need to worry. We're periscoping, so we've got Periscope going over here in the corner. You can always Periscope many of our activities live. You won't see all the professional fixings and trimmings that come with them, but you do get a chance to see the behind the scenes. And for Monday night, you get a chance to see those Monday night teachings as is. And so the way you make sure that you're tuned in for that, you go to Dr. D Greater Day Cafe. If you're already used to that, go to Dr. D, DRD, Greater Day Cafe, and right next door to that tab is events. Events. Click on events. Well, you got to make sure people hear it, right?
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
right. So when you click on events, it will tell you all that we're doing, and it will give you the Monday night date, the topic, the address, so that you can join us for 1 hour of good teaching on positive living. And then we have started to bring to you the Great Camp. The Great Camp is for our teens and our preteens. We did our first one back in July here in the Bay Area. Thanks to Mr. Barry Cohen, Attorney Barry Cohen. I always say thank you. Look, you got to say thank you. People step out of their pocket to help you, and they're doing it for these kids and not asking for anything in return. Thank you for the Great Camp. Our second one is September 12th. Depending on when this airs, it may be a little before, a little bit after, but if you've missed it, just stay tuned with us. We'll do another Great Camp, and you can find that information at davinajones.com, davinajones.com, davinajones.com. That way we know you get it. All of my websites and pages are linked there, but we try to give you the best way to get to it. And then finally, we want to say thank you to our different sponsors. So for this show, our primary sponsor is, I call her Miss Q, Miss Shaquita Laster. Miss Q is making sure that we all powder our nose before we go on the air. She's converting me, as I've said before, to a Mary Kay girl. And so thank you so much, Miss Q, for supporting us. And thank you for the testimonies from our previous supporters. I mentioned before, and I'll mention it again, Dr. Fred over at Kingdom Chiropractic here in the Bay Area. We sent you some clients, and we thank you for supporting us. And also African Elegance African Hair Braiding. We thank you. If you are interested in sponsoring a segment or being a title sponsor, all you got to do is email. Everybody say email. And the email address is right there at Dr. D Greater Day Cafe. And so you'll find all the information you need there to email us to become a part of the show. If you want to be a guest on the show, title sponsor, or segment sponsor, look us up. We love your support. You're supporting something good. 30 minutes of inspiration, fun, and insight. Happy Greater Day. Wow, we did it. Woo! Yes, high five, high five, high five. We did it. Yes, yes.